25, velocity coaching, velocity, speeding up that directional change so that when you decide to make progress and get results, you've got a coach in your corner backing you to speed up how quickly you get there and feel and experience what it's like to be on that mountaintop victory. Guys, we get our power back, which means we minimize setbacks by being in really good form. That's what I'm known for, is my energy to help make fitness fun and to give you your power back. We don't just build muscles and endurance. We want to build mindset also. We want to make every exercise doable no matter what fitness level you are at. But the best way to make progress in our short amount of time, because our workouts are quick and short and fast, but we maximize the results that we're going to get with the time and the effort and the sweat put in. Doesn't that sound amazing? Sign me up for that. High five. Boom. I'm going to cover an exercise today. Plank. It sounds so simple, right? But we all know when we are down there in plank or full plank, those seconds seem to just slow down and you're like, how is 1 minute so long? I'm going to help give you your power back on that and help you know how to make progress by getting the right muscles engaged and having that proper form so you're not irritating your spine in a way that doesn't need. If you're sore, it should be because you've worked those muscles in a way that they will adapt and give you that progress that you deserve and have earned. And when we earn it, we can own that win. You ready? Let's go. I'm going to go ahead and get down in a full plank. So right here, watch this. There's no booties in the air ever, so get that rear pushed down like this. And immediately, I want you to focus. Can you feel, or if you have a mirror or a reflection that you can see your own body in, take those hips and make sure there's no arch in the back. Roll these hips in tight towards your belly button. So now you'll notice as you push that rear down, your body's in this straight line. This is full plank. This is a modified plank where you're on the forearms. Second, I want you to notice one other thing. Do you see how I am creating space between my chest and the floor? I am pushing through my chest. I am pushing to get away. There's no caving in of the shoulder blades back here. There's none of this going on. You've got to push through. Use those pecs, use those arms, and create that distance between you and the floor. And second, let's preach some more form because this is what I promised you. So we're pushing through here. We have pushed the rear down. When you're like this, you have literally taken all the power out of your effort. You have taken the power out of your core, which we're trying to build. So we're getting stronger in that core, in those upper bodies. Kinetic chain right through here. Speaking of kinetic chain, that is my segue right there. Guys, when you are tucking your neck like this, anytime you're working that upper kinetic chain, you are going to limit the progress you see from your effort. Have you ever tried to increase the number of push-ups you can do? I bet you it's a form issue if you're hitting that plateau there. So get your neck out of that tuck. Your head is heavier than you think. You need to be in proper form and alignment, pushing through that chest to create that space. And then just kind of looking at that floor right ahead. There's no need to look at your toes or your belly, okay? Roll that in, push the rear down, creating space between your chest and the floor. Ask yourself, am I tucking my toes in? Do you feel like you're pushing through the heels? That is the last thing I would ask you to do here. If you want to make this harder, you can get those legs closer together. You're going to have a boxier stance. If you widen that stance, maybe leg shoulder width apart, it's going to be a little bit easier. You're going to be less wobbly. Guys, the glorious thing about this plank right here, you can modify it up or down based on your fitness level and your ready and your availability to create that challenge for yourself. Why would we want challenge on purpose? To adapt, to get better, to get out of plateau, and to keep making progress. How do you modify down? Well, let me show you. Number one, while on the floor, you could go to modified plank or go to the knees. Let me just show you real quick. So from here, you can also go to the forearms. You can also go to the knees, but notice there's still no rear in the air. You got to push it forward and roll that core in, still creating that space between your chest and the floor, and that neck is still neutral. Okay? Now, from there, if I still needed to modify, say getting down is too hard, it's an angle that's adding too much resistance for you, so you can take it to an incline right here at a stable step box side of your couch, as long as it won't tip on you. The other thing that I'm going to make you aware of, when we have weakness in the upper kinetic chain, it is very, very common for people's hands to start going out in front of them. Let me show it to you on the floor. So instead of right here, I see people doing this thing. And it's actually due to weakness or fatigue in that upper kinetic chain. But guess what? Look at this. It's physics. The minute you start extending those hands out, you put an extreme amount of pressure right here at that spine and at that core. It actually makes this exercise harder. I'm shaking just doing it. Why? We don't need to do that. Go ahead and put those hands right back underneath that chest and shoulders. You're going to build strength if you do it the right way, and they're going to get easier, and you're going to be able to hold those planks for longer amounts of times. That's actually a perfect way to make progress, by the way. You want to increase your strength? I would set a timer for 30 seconds and hold that plank. Then next time you do it, add another 10 seconds, add another 10 seconds until you're up to a minute. See if you can go for 2, minute and a half, minute and 15, whatever. Just make that steady progress and track it, because you're going to surprise yourself how quickly you see those results. Keep practicing. There's some other tricks of the trades that I have. You want me to go ahead and share them with you, or should I hold back? Maybe I should just make you come join us, and then you can experience it for yourself. I'll go ahead and give you one. I'll show it to you. Guys, I am a super big fan. Anybody who knows Coach Stacy knows I am a fan of stability pieces. You will get progress quicker if you use them. So you can also add this in if you have a BOSU or an extra disc. It just has air in it. And it creates the need for you to stabilize here a little bit more. But you're going to find that it gets you progress a little bit faster, because your body's really smart. It's going to be like, fire everything. I don't know what they're doing, but we need to keep them stable and in homeostasis. So you can use this also. And you can use either side. It's more of an issue of, can you control the wrist and your form. So there's that, right? Well, guess what? Those of you who are looking to level up, there is so much we can do in plank to add to it. We can do dynamic planks, for example. We can do one-legged glute leg raises. And I emphasize glute because that's where the motion starts, is just tightening that glute muscle there. We can do a plank bird dog right here, alternating. You can punch. And the whole key here is just really good core control. So rolling the hips in towards that belly button and getting that core engaged so that you've got a really good core base to work from. I hope this has helped you get your power back in plank and realize how one single isometric hold, guys, I love isometrics, by the way. The irony, I always say the irony of isometrics. Here we are just in plank, hanging out together, just having this conversation, and it looks like we're doing nothing. We're just hanging out here, right? But yet inside, it, because those seconds are like going by and you're like, I'm starting to get shaky. The muscles are like, they are firing, they're engaged, they are working so hard, yet you're not even moving, right? The irony of isometrics. I love them. Anyways, I hope you'll love it too. It'll definitely help you build your upper body strength. Guys, I have had clients who are grown men who've got big old biceps way bigger than mine. They are strong, and I get them in plank, and we suddenly determine whether we have a need for increased adaptions in the core, because it'll show up even in plank, because it's a different movement than what they're used to training. Guys, don't judge where you're at. Don't judge where you're at. Anything that I find is just my expertise helping you to get better. Let me be that coach in your corner, because what happens is we eliminate those weaknesses, and that gives you your power back to be your best and thriving in your full strength so that you're doing life just dynamically well. Guys, go be healthy, go be happy, go be strong. Have your best day ever. You got Coach Stacy in your corner helping you get your power back in exercise, nutrition, and mindset. Come on, high fives.